Hi everyone, how are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. This is a sort of rare little weird improvised video that I do from time to time just to explain things that need explaining. It's mainly updates regarding upcoming adventures, and this isn't one you've heard of or know about. You probably think this is about the upcoming extravaganza that will be how not to travel the USA. And I will talk about that a bit later. What I want to talk to you about today and inform you about is my next adventure, which will be before then, and it's not a straight line mission. It's something not completely different, but pretty much completely different. I'm going to get straight to it. This is what I intend to do in July kind of time. And that I've already started training for, and that I'm both terrified about and excited about at the same time. And that is to kick a football across Britain. Okay, not in one kick. No. My shot power really isn't that high. No, I intend to dribble a football, and I'm not talking about the funny shaped footballs here, guys. I'm talking about the ones that are completely spherical. Okay, and give me a chance here. I intend to dribble, which means to kick incrementally a soccer ball then, whatever. But I'm going to call it a football from now on. I'm going to kick that football across Britain from the west coast to the east coast. As far as I know, it hasn't been done. As far as I can see, but it may have been done for all I know. It's just that it's not on the internet, or at least I couldn't find it. And I plan to do this on my own and in a day. Yeah, that's the hard bit about it. That's gonna make it. That's quite a bit harder than if I were to do it over 3 or 4 days. Originally, that was the plan, to do it 3 or 4 days, but for some reason I decided to really up it. Not quite sure why. In a second, I will show you the route, minimize the size of my head, and do you all a favor. But yeah, it's going to be it's basically me running an ultra marathon. I'm not walking. I'll walk in parts, but it's me running an ultra marathon while kicking a football up and down hills, 75 miles. It's going to be extremely hard. Let's get the map up so I can show you the plan. Right, that is now my most current route. This may change. It's already changed once. It was originally going to be down here, Morecambe to Hartlepool. But basically what you can see here is not the border between England and Scotland, although it used to be 2,000 years ago. Because this is basically, give or take, Hadrian's Wall. Hadrian's Wall. No, it's the Hadrian's Wall footpath. It's a long distance hiking trail. In all, it's about 85 miles. And Hadrian's Wall was a wall built to keep out the Scots. Built by Emperor Hadrian of the Roman Empire. Yeah, and it's largely still there. It's a Roman wall that's still there. It's quite amazing, although I've never seen it. And I plan to, pretty much walk alongside that the whole way, or run alongside it. Dribble alongside it. I'll be starting on this estuary. This is the plan. By the way, this feels weird. I've never divulged a plan to you before I've done it, have I really? Mainly so that people don't nick my ideas. So don't nick my idea, anyone, okay? Don't nick my idea. Please let me do this. I really want to do this. But at the same time, I don't. Yeah, so I follow the route. It goes over some hilly areas, as you can see, not too bad. It will be hard to kick the football. The football might roll down a hill. It inevitably will. It might land in some water. It might go in stingy nettles and brambles. The ball might pop. I might have to fix it. Lots of things could go wrong. It could go under the wheel of a car. That's just things that might happen to the ball. Things might happen to me. I might roll my ankle again. My hip is giving me quite a lot of problems, and I imagine that will be hurting. I might give up. No, I won't give up. And I'll tell you why I won't give up. because I'll be doing this for charity. Well, this is one of the reasons I won't give up. I'll be doing this to raise hopefully thousands, tens of thousands of pounds for very worthy charities. Men's mental health will be the main theme, which will tie into the whole thing. But also I'll be raising a little bit for the James Brindley Foundation, which tackles knife crime. And that charity is named after my good friend James Brindley, who was tragically and heartlessly murdered. So I'll be raising money for charity, which isn't something I've really done, is it? So I'm going all or nothing. I want to raise loads. And I'll be ending up in Newcastle. I've already spoke to Newcastle United Football Club, and it looks like they won't be able to have me on the pitch to score a goal at the end, because they'll be relaying the pitch. I was gonna dunk the ball in the tidal estuary here and then head on up to the stadium, but I don't think that'll happen. And if I'm feeling really good at the end, which I won't be, but I might try and endeavour to do this anyway, just to walk to an actual beach. Okay, so because aesthetically I totally get that. Ending at an estuary that's technically tidal isn't as camera friendly and satisfying to watch as ending at a beach. So we'll see. I'm giving a lot away here, but things might change. My plans might change. I often do this. This is the other reason that I don't really divulge what I'm going to do, because sometimes I get these ideas and then it turns out I haven't really thought it through and it's not really possible. So, but I think this is possible. I think I can do it and will do it, but I'm going to need some help. The reason I'm going to need help is this isn't the kind of mission where I can carry a bag at all. It isn't the kind of mission where I can stop and film myself and take the camera off my head and put it on a stick, and filming needs to be done by someone else. So really, I need a little support crew. Verity might be there, but she might be working. But really, I need someone, and I'm happy to pay for anyone's services. I need a dedicated little team of about 3 people who are going to film me. I will have the GoPro on my head as well, but I won't be taking much footage. Film me, restock me with water, food, painkillers, any medical supplies that I might need, extra layers, whatever it might be, a change of footwear, a pump, a puncture repair kit, whatever I need has to be on hand for me, because my job is almost impossible. So everything else needs to be done by other people. Now, I am going to get you guys to get in contact with me if you think you're up for this, but listen carefully, okay? Because this is not some walk in the park. Just bear in mind that you need to be quite fit, because at times you'll be running alongside me, or one of you will. You'll need to be up for over 24 hours. You'll need to be up all through the night. It could be raining. Picture it really though, tipping it down with rain, because I'm not going to pick a sunny day to do this. I'm going to pick a day where it's not too hot, because I'll be doing this in July, early July. It could be raining. You could be up all night. You'll have a car, you'll have a vehicle, but it'll be hard. It won't be easy, but it'll be for a great cause, and you'll be involved in the making of a great little series. So yeah, I need willing and able people here, and obviously again I'll pay you for your services, but you need to be free. And this is the tricky thing, because it's weather dependent, and I can't just do this on a 26-degree day. It'd be too hot. It needs to be less than 22 degrees Celsius, really. Ideally 18, 19, 20 degrees. Overcast, ideally. My point is, that could be any time. So the support crew needs to be fairly flexible. And I would prefer to do it in the week as well, because there'll be less people hiking on the path, getting in the way at stiles and things like that. So I'm not sure whether I'll find the right people. It might be that I have to hire proper a proper company to do this and spend more and more money. But I think and hope that some of you who live in the north of England, around this area, some of you will really be up for this. So I want to give you the opportunity to be a part of this first. And that is about all I can give away for now, guys. I've been training already for this, doing long runs, half marathons. I have also taken the football out on a run, by the way, along the canal near me. 8 miles dribbling the football along the canal towpath, really thin, kind of metre wide, even less path at times. It was mentally exhausting. Now, I won't be next to water on the actual trip, but there will be points where the ball could roll down a hill or something, and keeping the ball under control was exhausting. Making sure it didn't go in the canal. Because when you're running long distances, you have to get into a rhythm. And just plod along and just kind of get in the zone. When you've got the ball in front of your feet, you can't get in a rhythm at all. I mean, every other step, you're having to break your stride and make sure the ball doesn't roll into the bush or into the water, or just, roll your ankle on the ball or whatever. It was mentally exhausting by the time I was off that canal, to the point where when I finally got off the canal and entered this field, it was like heaven, because I could just hoof the ball, 50 yards and then just jog after it. And it felt so nice. So first run out was a real eye-opener. I might even camp out for about 5 or 6 hours in the dark around this point. There's a lot to be planned, but that is my next adventure, my next big adventure. I might do a couple of things before this, possibly real-life GeoGuessr, possibly another no roads mission. In terms of straight line missions, I think we might be looking at next February now, next March, but I will be back with the straight line missions. How not to travel America then? What are you talking about? I hear some of you ask. Well, if that's you, have you watched How Not to Travel Europe? If the answer's no, I strongly recommend you watch that. It's a series that me and Welsh Greg did, over 2 years ago now. And I'm not really one to promote myself too much, but I hear from a lot of people, I get a lot of emails that it's their favourite thing on the channel. It's the best thing I've done, apparently, but it just didn't get many views because the title and the thumbnails and the algorithm just didn't really get out there in the same way that the straight line missions did. But it's a really heartwarming series, and I recommend you watch it if you have time. But the point is, we're doing it again. We're doing it in America. Many of you will have seen the post that I did on the community. We're going from Boston to Miami, and lots of you have emailed already. Not my main email. GeoWizard Adventure Help is the email. You'll find it on the post on my community. But the response was overwhelming. We've got some incredible emails. For those of you who did email and are wondering why we haven't replied yet, there was around 1,000 emails. Okay, so far we've just been sifting through them, categorizing them into location and usefulness, and we will get back to those of you who we need to get back to. So do not worry. We're not just ignoring you. So thank you everyone who has emailed and who will undoubtedly make that trip just an incredible one. The budget is the highest budget by far out of anything I've ever done. There'll be all sorts of mad modes of transport, hopefully, along the way, and some hilarious shenanigans without getting arrested or shot, hopefully. That could not age well. If I do get shot in America, don't worry about it. I had fun on this earth. So yeah, there's lots going on this year, and there'll be other things, bits and bobs that I haven't even mentioned, but for reasons already said, would like to just keep to myself for now in case they don't materialise or someone nicks them. But yeah, dribbling a football across Britain is the big thing that I'm training for, so much so that it is taking up a lot of my time, the planning and the training for this, and will increasingly do so. which combined with working on my album, which is also taking ages, and other bits and bobs, has meant that the GeoGuessr content, or the content in general, has lowered. Another thing is the shorts channel. That's taken up a lot of my energy and time at the moment. But yeah, basically I'm just putting you in the know, guys, for upcoming and present goings on. Finally, a huge thank you from my mom to anyone who bought her book, her murder mystery novel. She was so happy that so many of you made the purchase, read it and reviewed it. She was over the moon. So much so that she wrote another one. In fact, she's written a third one, but she's released a second, just as good as the first, if not better. She thinks it's better. But yeah, thank you everyone for buying that book. And if you want the sequel, it's in stores now. It's in Amazon. I'll put all the links in the description. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it from me today. I'm sure there's something or things that I've forgotten, as usual. If there is, I'll try and put them in a comment and pin it for you. But that is it from me today. Thanks for hearing me out today. You are now all up to date, and I'll see you all soon.